All right, here we are at 160 Price Street. Give you a quick little tour of the grounds. Got some nice trees around here. Older growth. They got a fence here that is not electric. Looks like it's just on wheels, but it's got the little, plastic poly fencing, 6 foot high. But it's not fenced all the way around, right? It's just that one little entrance. Eureka palms. They got a little aluminum structure here that looks a little wonky. Doing all right, I guess, but it'd probably come down. There's your original garage over here. I don't know if that was a part of the original plans from the property being built in '86. The pool and patio were put on afterwards in '91. So I'd have to do a little bit more research on this building over here, if that was part of the original plans or not. I don't see anything in the tax record about it specifically, so I'd have to go to call your appraiser to do a little more digging. But anyway, they built a little makeshift workshop within the workshop for whatever that's worth. I'm not quite sure why they did that, but I'll show you in here real quick. It's pretty dark in here, so hopefully the light will pick it up. But it looks like he did a lot of marine stuff. Very organized guy. I mean, he's got everything perfectly set up in here. They had to put a little staircase just to probably go up onto this loft, so there's probably more storage up there. But with that thing being blocked off, I don't think it's a good idea to go up there. Not really necessary, I don't think. So our little storage area there. You can kind of see it has a little gap opening up there for more storage. And then this is straight 2-car garage on this side. Looks like it's been replaced sometime recently, because that's a newer door. Island garage door, those guys are buddies of mine. John Mikataroff, so I'm sure I could find out when that was put in, but this door looks pretty new. So, nice garage here. And there's a side door over here on this side. All right, got a big concrete pad out here. As you can see, got another little pulling around this corner. Guy did something in marine, that's for sure, because he's got some marine pillars and stuff over there. Pretty thick and wooded as you get further back, right? Houses on either side of us, but there was a church, I believe 2 properties down on this same side of the road when we first turned on. I know you had said something about potentially changing the zoning. I don't, depending on what you plan on doing with that, I don't know if they would allow that, right? I mean, I don't know. That's a tricky one, and that's something we can discuss a little further on the phone. Older windows from '86, none of that's been replaced. Got just some old school tile flooring, little 8-inch by 8-inch tiles. Main living area is here. Flat top ceiling. Master bedroom is immediately to your right, which is a little different. Got a closet that runs down this way, closet that runs down this way. Got windows over here. And then you got a master bath this way. So it's a little different because usually the master is to the rear of the property, okay? And the reason I don't necessarily believe that detached garage space is original is because, here's the kitchen, is because when I come down this hallway, bathroom here, all right, bedroom here, all pretty standard operating procedure. This one actually has its own little bathroom suite, which is nice. Okay, shower that one. So that's kind of a nice little touch. But these 2 rooms used to be the original garage. I can almost promise you that, okay? So these 2 rooms are split. And pull down stairs kind of gives it away. For starters, this room is super small, So I don't think that would have been originally, a bedroom, and this room is really small as well. Plus it's got the original breaker box inside of it, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, which makes me believe with the size of the rooms, pull down stairs, the breaker box, all that stuff, that this was the original garage at one point. So I don't know, just been into enough houses where I can usually pick them apart and realize what used to be what. This is nice and open here. They put in a lot of new lights. Obviously those are not the original lights, you know, recessed lighting, the smaller type. So they opened this up, which is pretty cool. The kitchen's in good shape. I mean, I don't know, I guess, you know, we didn't talk enough on the phone. I wanted you to see it first, though. If you know, for what you guys' purposes were, if you're just gonna be knocking all this down, then none of this really matters, right? But I figured I might as well give you the full tour since I'm here. Washer, dryer, utility room, hot water heater there, and we'll go check out patio. Patio's got a big slope to it, you can see, but all this has been replaced at some point, and this is all more or less brand new softening. It's got a good slope to it. This has got a good slope to it, which is good for drainage. It goes down pretty low, and that's pretty close where my head is, and I'm 6 foot tall, and I'm right there. Pool's pitting a bunch, as you can see, and that just means it needs new surface area, new pebblecrete, whatever you want to call it. They did have solar at one point. My guess is that's not functioning, but again, that's just a guess. They have 2 different dishes up there, so they probably changed companies a couple times. They added this little pergola slash tiki bar at some point, which is pretty cool. It's got a cool little look to it. Pool heater is out there, so again, I don't think that solar is functioning. Got some limestone. That heat pump looks like it's kicking pretty good. Let's see what's on the side of the house over here. This is the well equipment, or that could be the irrigation pump there. I know that looks pretty old. That's not even connected. So again, it all depends on what your usage is for it. But it does have a cover for all that stuff. Because you are in well and septic here, so if you do, there's a timer pump for that for the irrigation probably. Yeah, it's for the pool. Those are the, you have to have different breakers for the pool. So that's where those are. So the house is set up pretty nice. Like I was mentioning, it is on well and septic. So, you know, if you did want to use it as a residence, you know, you don't need a reverse osmosis system. Most people have them down here. Septic, we just have to pull the plans and find out where the septic is at. A lot of times you can tell because it's raised up. So that may be it there where they dug into it recently and had to drain it, but for some reason it's not. Usually it's on like a little mound. The drain field, maybe that's it over there. I'd have to pull the plans, but you can see it's pretty thick and wooded back there. I was gonna venture a walk back there, but I think I'm gonna skip that for now. That's pretty deep, but that obviously backs up to the Eagle Creek property. There's some sort of fruit tree. I don't know if that's a mango. You can pull the aerials on who owns a couple of the parcels nearby. I know there was 2 that I pulled up that were super small homes, like 800 square foot, like mobile homes. Down this way, a couple. So yeah, it looks like a mango. And those are mangoes. Got one that started getting eaten over here. See that? Have a little makeshift fire pit. So they cleared a decent amount of area. I mean, the lot size is big. It's 130. If they have it written down right, 163 by 130. Usually the one that lists first is the frontage. So 163 frontage by 130 depth. But I have to verify that one. They do have a little path back here. Something got driven back here at one point. I see a little wire fencing back in there. So something got driven back through here before. Yeah, it's about as far as I'm gonna go. But it's thick. It's thick, right? You're definitely in the Florida landscape back in here. Really pretty though. again, we need to talk more about what your plans are for it and go from there, because those zoning verification appeals can be time consuming. I know you had said you think you'd figure it out in 15 days, but if you had to actually change the zoning, it's unless you got pulled to county, my guess is it would take quite a bit longer than that. So we'll see. It's a pretty cool piece of property for the price. I mean, it's hard to find acreage in this area, and obviously you guys' needs are pretty specific. So, you know, it would be well worth it. Just for the land. I mean, it's hard to find. There's one down the street I think listed for 1.695, and the house on it is, the house is pretty nice, but it's not all that much bigger. So I mean, that house for 1.7, granted it hasn't sold for 1.7, but probably the same amount of acreage. And the house isn't a mansion or anything spectacular necessarily. So, you could definitely duplicate a house like that on this land. So my point of it is, this thing really is priced at lot value, I would say. So anyway, that's it. It's the end of the tour.